And welcome back, you guys, for week 5 of my NFL weekly picks and prediction for the 2017-2018 NFL season. TJ Harman right here on YouTube, overrated_round on Twitter. Before I recap week 4, let me just give my heartfelt condolences to those victims in that senseless Las Vegas mass shooting. And it was unbelievable to hear that when I woke up yesterday morning, and I still can't believe what was the motive in this particular person who would do such a thing to such great people just having fun at a country music concert, and for that to happen, it just hurts my heart. And again, my condolences goes to the families of those who were involved. Let's pick it up to our week 4 recap. Against the spread, I was 2-1 in my video pick, 2-1 over under, but straight up, I was 1-2. The Jacksonville Jaguars couldn't hold off the New York Jets as the Jets went to beat them in overtime, 23-20. And also, I told you to take the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Buffalo Bills. That did not happen as Buffalo went to Atlanta and upset the Falcons by the score, I believe, was 20-16, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. So overall, I was 10-6 against the spread and 8-8, just even straight up with my picks in week 4. Philadelphia went to the Los Angeles Chargers StubHub Center, and the fans was just all for the Eagles because that's a Charger Stadium or Chargers Center, but it didn't look like it was home for the Chargers. It felt like it was more home for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did what they had to do. And to do that, I had to change my pick because I had the Chargers over the Eagles, but I changed it just in the nick of time. Philadelphia 26, San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers 24. So with that, I went with that. But my gut instinct told you to take the Eagles to beat the Chargers. Over under, I did very well in that game. It was 47 points. Total was 50 points in that game. So I got the over under in that. The second game, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets, I lost that. The Jets, of course, beat them 23-20. The total for that game was 39.5 points. I was off a few because of that overtime. They went 43 points, so I lost that over under. And the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons, the total for that game was 48.5 points. I told you to keep it under, and it turned out to be that way. But the loss to Atlanta was also a loss for Julio Jones because he suffered a hip injury, and Sanu, I forget his name, but Sanu, he was also injured. So those two are on a bye week this week, so give them enough time to rest up. All in all, I did very well in week 4. Come to think of it, 8-8 is pretty great. I can take it for what I can. All right, guys, so let's get this week started. The first against the spread game we're going to look at is the Thursday night game. The 2-2 New England Patriots travel to Tampa Bay to face the 2-1 Buccaneers. The Buccaneers at home are 5.5 point underdogs, which gives you a sense that this could be an offensive game than more of a defensive game, because really both these two defensive teams are like suspects, especially New England. You wouldn't think New England's defense would be suspects, but they really are. Against Carolina, I mean, they went up and down in that game, and I just didn't see that happening for New England, but they lost anyway. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's defense didn't play so hot against that New York Giants team that I had to upset Tampa Bay, but that failed just as well as Tampa Bay went to beat the New York Giants 23-20 in a game that almost went to overtime, but Eli Manning and company are just 0-4 and look like their season is just about over if they lose again this week. In this game alone, I just don't like the defensive matchup. This is going to be a high-scoring game, not so much defense. So offense is going to win you games, especially with New England. So let's lay the points and give the New England Patriots -5.5 on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The second against the spread game we're going to look at is the Arizona Cardinals, who are 2-2, traveling to Philadelphia to face my 3-1, yes, Eagles. The Eagles at home are 6.5-point favorites, and believe me, I'm not really sure about this game because Arizona, let's start with them. They played the San Francisco 49ers, and believe it or not, the first 4 quarters was nothing more but field goals per each team. Brian Hoyer didn't do very great in that game, and neither did Carson Palmer for both teams respectively. But it was much more of a defensive game. So defense will win you games, but at the end, it was Arizona who came back from behind to beat the San Francisco 49ers in overtime, 19-15 on a Larry Fitzgerald game-winning touchdown by Palmer. Do we see something like that? And is Larry Fitzgerald even going to play? Because I heard he got hurt. I don't know how bad. You guys let me know. Meanwhile, the Eagles bang those Los Angeles Chargers. Impressive win for my Eagles on the road. Now they're back home in their confined Lincoln Financial Field. And this may be a high-scoring game. This may also be a defensive game. And the weather, I'm hearing, is going to be almost the same type of temperature that they played the New York Giants in 80 degrees, but not 90. It was over 80 degrees, so we're going to see something like that here in Philadelphia again this week. I think it's going to be a fun game. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz only threw under 200 yards against the Chargers. But the rushing just keeps doing it. LeGarrette Blount, he is on a roll. Corey Clement, he's on a roll. Wendell Smallwood, he's on a roll. Combined with Carson Wentz, they ran 214 yards on that Chargers defense. Pass rush was pretty good, even though the defense with the Eagles and the secondary is still suspect. 300 plus yards the Eagles gave up to Phillip Rivers, but they still got the job done and beating them 26-24. This is going to be a defensive game, so I pretty much can tell you it's going to be defense, but I'm going to lay the points out. I'm telling you to take the Philadelphia Eagles at home, -6.5 over the Arizona Cardinals. And the third game we're going to look at is the 2-2 Seattle Seahawks traveling to Los Angeles to face the 3-1 Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are 2.5-point favorites at home, and this could be what dominates this game with the Rams. Jared Goff, the #1 pick, 2015, is really getting the job done for these Rams. They went to Dallas and beat the Cowboys 35-30. They made Dak Prescott throw the ball, pick the ball off at least once or twice. And Ezekiel Elliott, he didn't really do anything, but he did get a touchdown, but he didn't really do anything else after that. So that was an upset that most people did not see coming, but they had covered the points. So yeah. And the Seattle Seahawks looked kind of ugly the first part of the game against the Indianapolis Colts. Just blew that game away, 48-19 over the Indianapolis Colts. And believe it or not, I didn't expect that to be a blowout. Congratulations to those who picked them 13-point favorites at home, but, are you going to get something like that against the Rams? I'm not sure. Seattle still a suspect on defense. The Rams just, with him, Goff, and as well as Gurley, I think the Rams are going to play hard, and they're going to make this game close. So, let's lay the points out and tell you to take the Los Angeles Rams at home, -2.5 over the Seattle Seahawks. My 3 over-unders this week goes back to the game between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The total points for that game is 55.5 points. Both teams didn't even cover the spread last week, so I really don't know what you're going to expect out of that defensive squad between the Bucs and the Patriots. So it's going to be a high-scoring game between Jameis Winston and Tom Brady. So 55.5 points is pretty much there. So over 55.5 points for New England and Tampa Bay. The second game, the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles, total points for that game is 45 points. Both teams did put up some points last week, and believe it or not, they can probably do it again this week. Let's take the points over 45 points in that game. And the third game is the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Total points for that game is 47 points. Rams threw 35 points and Seattle threw 48 points. Let's push that one over 47 points in that Seattle and Los Angeles Rams game. But don't be surprised if somebody doesn't show up. Somebody got to show up because you just don't see it happen. So let's put it over 47 points. Straight up, New England and Tampa Bay. New England, that loss to the Carolina Panthers is not going to happen to another NFC South team. I think New England going to take this one pound for pound and beat Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay on Thursday night. Second game, the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles look great. Cardinals, if they can't score touchdowns like that one lonely touchdown and overtime, they're not going to get the job done. So give the win to my Philadelphia Eagles at home over the Arizona Cardinals. And in the final game, the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are looking good right now. Seattle, I'm still not focusing on them right now on defense because they did get a little banged up with one of their running backs on offense, but it's the defense that kind of may be suspect, and the Rams could probably put it and push it down their throat. We will see, but I'm going to tell you to take the Rams in a close one to beat the Seattle Seahawks at home in Los Angeles. Those are my Week 5 picks and predictions. Here's the rest of my picks for Week 5. Here they come. Okay, guys, that'll wrap it up for this Week 5 edition of my NFL Weekly Picks and Predictions for the 2017-2018 NFL season. I'm TJ Harman here on YouTube, overrated_Rel on Twitter. If this is your first time on my channel, please click that subscribe button. Come back each and every week for more picks, more predictions, and more fun. Shouts goes to all my YouTube prognosticators. Good luck with your picks, guys, this week. If you want to join us on Facebook, the YouTube prognosticators, the link is also down below the bottom of this video. And you can also check out my other YouTube prognosticators who also do the picks as well as I do. They give you teasers, they give you parlays, they give you injury reports, they also give you the latest in the fantasy picks. So check them out on YouTube, at Facebook, on our webpage just as well, and on YouTube. Check out the links down below as well. Of course, if you think these picks are what you think, post them down. Let me know what your picks are for this week. Again, we'll see you back here next week for Week 6. Until then, TJ Harman out. I'll see you guys later.